Okay, we are talking about network studies. Last time we have finished the topic of limited network study, which is done for a smaller area. Okay, the area around the traffic generator. And then we started the topic of statewide counting program, where the network is bigger. How much big is the whole state, the entire country, or the whole state? Why are we doing this? We want to find out AADT, ADT, and vehicle miles traveled, if possible, for all the segments. Okay, the first thing we should need to know, or we should know, is that how many types of highways we have. Okay, and we need to mark them on the map. Okay, so you need to differentiate between the different types of highways in your area. For every type of highway, you should have some control counts and some coverage counts. Okay, again, control count meaning the ones which are taken for longer durations, full time period, and coverage counts are taken for shorter durations. Okay, and these studies are done on yearly basis, so it's not a one-time project. Okay, moving on. So we talked about that for every type of highway we should have some control counts and coverage counts. Okay, so some guidelines on how we should specify the counting locations. So the ideal situation is that for every 2 miles you should have a counting location. And after every 2 miles you should have a counting location. Okay, or within every 2 miles there should be at least one counting location. Okay, except for highways which have very low volume. Okay, how much is considered very low? This much. Okay, now what is AADT? Tell me. AADT is what? Average annual, right? Average annual what? Daily? No? So in the entire day, the average does not go above more than 1,000. Okay, and when we talk about daily volume, does it include one direction or both directions? One? Both? Yes. One or both? Both? Both directions, okay? Yeah, both directions. So total of both directions for the whole day is less than 1,000. So you can imagine how much this segment would be used. So these segments can be taken out of the counting program initially. Some need comes, somebody requires it, we will do it then. But regular counting is not done for these sections. Okay. Then we have the ratio. We have to maintain the ratio. Okay. The ratio here is because we have a bigger network. Okay. So the ratio is also larger. So you can, for every control count, you can go up to 50 coverage counts. And remember, we are talking about the same type of highway. Okay, so you cannot say I have one control count on arterial and then I have another one on collector. So these are two different. You cannot combine them that I have two. No, you have only one. On arterials, you have only one. Okay. If you have 80 coverage counts on arterial, one is not enough. On the arterial should have at least 2. Clear? Okay. So that it should be maintained. Yeah. Another difference between limited network studies and statewide program is the types of control counts. In limited network study, control count was control count. That's it. There was no subtypes. There were no subtypes. But in statewide program, there are subtypes of control counts. So we have permanent count, major count, minor counts. Okay, permanent control count, major control count, minor control count. Permanent are those which are done permanently. So there is a device which is installed on the site and it gives you data throughout the year, every year. Okay, so those locations are under permanent control counts. Okay, Then we have major control count. which is done 1 week every month. Okay, major control count is done 1 week every month. Okay, and then we have minor control counts, which are done 5 days every season. Okay, 5 days every season. Which 5 days? Weekdays. Okay, and season meaning football season, cricket season, F1 season. Yeah. Yes. We know all of them, right? At least we know their names, even if we don't see them, right? 3 to 4 months, okay, with a gap of 3 to 4 months, okay? So why are we doing this? Again, because of the size of the network. You may have 100 control counts. If you make all of them permanent, then you need 100 devices, okay? And then you will so much data, okay? So we have to make some of them as major and minor as well, okay? So these are the types of control counts, and then we have the coverage counts. Coverage count is normally between few hours to 2 days. Normally, few hours, more than 1 hour meaning. Cannot be 1 hour. In this case, it cannot be 1 hour. So more than 1 hour up to 2 days. Okay. But if it is not 2 days, it is 3 days. Can I call it a control count? If it is 3 days in the whole year, can I call it a control count? We cannot. Okay. Control count, I told you, either it is permanent or 1 week every month or 5 days every season. Anything which is less than that is what? Anything which is less than what is what? Yes. Coverage. Okay. Anything which is less than the requirement of the control, it's coverage. Okay. There. I got this map from the ministry in 2015 around the major highways of Bahrain. So they are showing which sites have prominent counters, which sites have counters on intersections, and which sites have temporary counters. Okay, but you can see that the lines are covering the major highways in Bahrain, the main highways in Bahrain. This is what I already explained. Okay. So this is the data from a permanent control count location. Okay. First of all, permanent means I had the data of the whole year. Now if you look at the data, I have Monday and then average of Monday for that year. Okay. Then Tuesday, average of Tuesday, and so on. So what did we do? We collected the data of the entire year. From that data, I separated Mondays. Okay. Then I took the average of that data, the data of Mondays, which is this one. Okay. Then I did the same thing for Tuesday and Wednesday and so on. Okay. So each value is the average of the number of days in that year. There. There. Okay. Now we are required to calculate the daily adjustment factor. Okay. We calculated adjustment factor from what? Anybody remembers? We did it yesterday. Yes. Somebody has notebook, somebody has a tablet, somebody has nothing, like he came this world. Adjustment factor. Yes, only this tablet works. Average over daily. Okay. So for a statewide program, we will use instead of average, we will use AADT. Okay. For a statewide program, we will use AADT instead of a normal average. Okay. So adjustment factor is AADT divided by daily average. Okay. For limited network study, it was average upon daily. That's it. But now we are talking about the statewide program. We have the entire year of data. So the equation will slightly change. Okay. So I need AADT. What was AADT again? Average of the whole year, right? Average annual. Okay. You already have the annual average for every day, right? So the average of the whole year will be what? Average of these numbers, right? Somebody said summation. Average. Average of that day. Now you want the average of the whole year, not the sum of the whole year. You don't need the weekly graphic. I need average annual daily, right? ADT is what? Average annual daily. If you just sum, it will be 7 days, not daily. So you have to do the average, okay? So we do the average of these 7 values. So how much is my ADT here? 1 4 Okay. Now for Monday, I will take ADT 1430 divided by the average daily of Monday, which is 1820. How much is that? 7. Okay. Nine. Yeah. 1. 1 point. Any problem with this? Okay, the average of each day was given for the whole year. I calculate the average of the whole year from those days, and then the average of the whole year divided by the average of the day gives you adjustment factor of the day. Clear? Clear? Okay. You can plot these factors. So this is the plot of the same factors. You can see the day with the highest factor is what? Saturday, right? So this means traffic on Saturday is what? If the factor is the highest, then the traffic is lowest, right? Because it's inversely proportional, right? This is the traffic and this is the factor. Okay, so they are inversely proportional. Clear? Okay. Like we calculated the daily factors, we can calculate the monthly factors as well. This is again from a permanent control count location, so I have the data for all days, all months. Okay. So adjustment factor was what? It's a ratio, right? Which average? ADT upon daily average, right? When I was calculating it for days of the week, I was using daily average of the week, of the day of the week. Here I am doing it for every month. So I will calculate daily average of the month. Okay. Last time it was given. In the last example, it was given. Daily average was given. Here, did they give me average? They gave me what? Total. So for every month, I have to do the average myself. You cannot use total anywhere, okay? Because ADT is per day. You cannot use total, okay? First of all, let us, or give me the value of AADT. So ADT is all these values divided by what? 12? 12? Yes. Per day, right? ADT is per day. Okay. You have to convert it to per day. Okay, so the adjustment factor will be this value upon average for each month. Okay, so let us first of all calculate the average for each month. Okay, tell me average of January. What did you say? I want average of January. So 19840 divided by number of days in January. Yeah, yeah. Huh? 1.24? It's a factor. You gave me the factor. Okay. 1.24. How much was the average? Huh? 19840 divided by 31. 640. Okay. Mm-hmm. 29. Why not 20? Sorry, 28. Why not 29? Why not 29? Huh? 28 is more likely. But if you use 29, even if it is less likely, you will be wrong because you already did what? 365. You already calculated ADT with 365, yes. 28, yes. 5 what? 810, huh? June, huh? Eight, 9. One. 1000.26. What is that?
968.
Huh?
968.
968.
July 921.
July is what?
921.
921. July is how much? Yeah. 892.
893.
September. Huh? Eight. 743. Okay, and this is how you will calculate the adjustment factors. You will just take the ADT and divide by all these numbers. Okay, the first one is, I believe, correct. Next one. Next. Next. Nine. One. 8.
84.
9, 2. 3. 1.1. 1 what? 3. Any problem? Clear? Okay, so we were given total traffic, so I calculated the ADT by dividing the total number of days, and then we calculated the average of each month. Then ADT, the average of each month, gives you the adjustment factor for that month. Clear? Okay. And then you can plot them, and you can see here the lowest factor is for August. That means traffic in August is what? Huh? Highest. Okay. And it's not 0, obviously. The factor cannot be 0, right? So starting from 0.8, that's why it looks like 0. The previous two examples were for permanent control card locations. So whatever they gave me the full data. Okay. The 7 days of data was given for the whole year, average of the whole year. The monthly data was a total of all days of the month, right? And all months of the year. This one is slightly different. Okay. This is from another sort of control count location. Okay. Seems like a major control count. So major control count means what? How much time? What is the counting time for major control count? Week per month. So you can see it here, week per month. But it looks like some other organization was also doing the counting study on the same location, and they were not coordinating with each other. So they have some data and they have some data. Okay. And then in the end they said, okay, we need the adjustment factors. Let us combine the data. So adjustment factors will be more accurate or a good representation. Okay. So the first table is basically from one organization. The second one is from some other organization. Okay. you look at the first table, the data is given for how many months? 4 months. Okay. Every month, how many days? 7 days. Okay. So this was done, and the value is given for each single day. The value is given for each single day. Okay. Here, the data is collected every month. Okay, but in a different week. They mentioned yeah, first week and this is the third week. So these are different weeks. Okay, so there is no duplication here. And this value represents what? This is average. Average of how many days? 7 days. Clear? Okay. So now we have to calculate the adjustment factor for each day and for each month as well. Okay. First of all, let us decide how many days we have. Not in an year, in this. How many days we have? 7 by 4? 10 by 4? So you will not use the values from the second table at all? You will still use them, right? Okay. So total how many now?
28.
We have 28 from the first table, right? Everybody agrees on that. Okay. Then this is an average of how many days? 7 days. Okay. So 7 days every month. Okay. 28 days here. Okay. And 7 days every month. Okay. Total number of days. And you do add them, it will come to 112. Now what is, we are calculating the adjustment factors, right? All adjustment factors need what? ADT. Okay. ADT is total traffic divided by number of days, right? Number of days we know now 112 from here for total traffic. Each value is a single day, you will just add them, no problem, right? All values from here will be added. Okay. Now each value here is an average of how many days? 7 days, right? Okay. I don't need average here. I need what? Total, right? Total upon number of days, right? Okay. So if this is the average of 7 days, then what is the total of 7 days? Multiply by 7. Clear? Okay. Clear? Everybody? So we'll add, we wanted to add all the values, basically, divide by number of days. Okay, so we should know number of days for which the data was collected. 28 days here, okay, and 7 days every month here. So 28 plus 12 into 7, number of days, okay. Then I need total traffic which is collected. Add all these values, each value single day. Add all these values, but each value is an average of 7 days. So to calculate the total of 7 days, I will multiply by 7. Then you will add all of these things together and you will get ADT. Okay, divide by 112 ADT. Okay, how much is that? How much is ADT? Hmm? 112. 112 is what?
For the 4 months, we will have more data, right?
Yes.
We count for 14 days and 7 days.
We counted for 14 days, yes, please. So 7 days from here and 7 days from here, right?
It will be more, right? It's okay.
Yes,
More than
we have data about 10 meters, yes.
I 194.
1959.
1958.
58. Okay, now if I need adjustment factor for each day, so sorry, I need the adjustment factor equals AADT divided by average daily, right? Okay, so I have to find out since I'm doing it for each day, then I need the average of each day as well. Okay, so which table gives me the average or can give me the average of each day? Which one? Table 1, right? Okay, in table 2 you don't know the value is coming from which day, we don't know. It's the average of the entire week, okay? So only table 1 shows me the values of Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday separately, okay? So I will use the values from table 1 to calculate the average of each day. So give me the averages of each day. One nine one. Okay, so what are the adjustment factors then? 1958 upon all these. 1.
1.4.
Any problem? Which one? Thursday is how much? 1.02. Thursday is 1. Yeah, okay. Any problem with the calculations? The procedure? Different values? All days? All of them? Why? Your average are same? Why? We're just doing the average of each column here. Each column, right? Average of each column. No, more times. Each column. Okay. Any other problem? So daily factors calculate. Now we need monthly factors, right? We need monthly factors. Okay. So okay. Average of January. I need average of January now, right? I will again do the same thing, ADT upon daily average, right? Okay, so ADT I have, it will not change. But what about the average of January? Now January appears in table 2 as well as table 1, right? Okay. In table 2, January, or in table 1, January has how many values? 7 values. Okay, so I will add them together for the average, right? Okay, plus this value, right? And this value is average of how many? 7 days. Okay, so I have to multiply this by 7 to get the total. Okay, and then you will divide by what? 14. 7 days there, 7 days here. Okay, so how much is that? So now you will add the values row wise now. Okay. Okay, so the first row plus 2250 into 7. Divide by, all divide by 14. Yes. 2032. Okay. For the adjustment factor, like we were doing, ADT divided by this value, right? Okay, how much? 0.96. Okay, now when we come to February, how much data we have for February? Only one set of data. The other guys did not do February, did not count in February. Okay, so February data is only once. And what is this value? It's already it's an average. Okay, I will not do the average again. It's already an average. Okay, so I will just write the same number here, which is 2200, and then ADT upon this number. Okay, you had a question? How much is that? 0.89. Okay, now just tell me for March which procedure we will follow? The one with February. Okay, for April, same as January. Clear? Clear? Okay, so you can finish this. Okay, and you can check your answers from here. Again, there could be a small difference of plus minus 0.0 something, no problem. Okay, any questions? Any problems? Okay. Now, we are doing a statewide program, right? In each example, we did how many examples today? 10,000, huh? 3, right? 3. Others are thinking. It was 1 before I slept. Now how many? Okay. So 3. Okay. Each example was for one control count. In a statewide program, you can have hundreds of control counts. For each control count, you will do the same procedure, find out the adjustment factor for the weekdays and the months. Okay. So you will have lots of adjustment factors in the same network. Okay. Now, if some of these locations are similar, their adjustment factors are similar, I can combine them. Okay. So I will have less data now. If I have 100 control counts, okay, and I believe some of them are similar, then I can combine some of them. Maybe instead of 100 or 100 factors, I will have maybe 60, 70 factors. So my life will become easier. Okay. So why did we make so many control counts if the locations were similar? Because of the other guidelines. You have to take account after every 2 miles. The ratio of control to coverage should not be more than 1:50. So in order to follow these guidelines, now we have more control counts than you should have. Okay. So we should combine the data now. If we can combine, then it will be good. Okay. I will deal with less data then, less adjustment factors. So what is the condition of combining? What did I say? And this combination is called as grouping data, grouping of data. So grouping data means you are combining the control locations or the adjustment factors. Okay. So what is the condition for combining these points together? Same adjustment factor. Same. I said similar. Okay. But what he said is true. Ideally, I should combine the factors which are same, right? But we are calculating numbers. and then we have 7 different numbers for every day of the week, and 12 different numbers for every month of the year. It's impossible that all of them will be exactly same. There will be some difference between them, right? Okay. So in which case can you call them similar? There will always be some difference. There will never be, all the values will never be the same. Okay, and we are talking about 50, 60 control counts. So all of them will never be same, exactly same. So how much difference can we ignore? So for that we have a rule. The rule is, when you calculate the average after combining them, when you calculate the average, the difference between each value and the average should not be more than plus minus 0.1. Okay, if you combine the factors together and you calculate their average, when you compare the average with the values, the difference should not be more than plus minus 0.1. If it is, then the combination is not possible, grouping is not possible. Okay, let me show you an example. We have 4 stations at which control counts were taken. Okay, at every station I have factors for every day of the week. Okay, combining means we will calculate their average. So average for each day of the week is also calculated. Okay, so this also shows that you cannot combine all factors together. You have to combine for each day or each month. Got it? Okay, so you cannot say, okay, all these 28 factors, one average. It will not happen. We know days of the weeks are different, months of the years are different. You cannot combine them. Okay, we are only trying to combine the stations. Okay, so factors of the same day or factors of the same month. Okay. Now look at the first average. The first average is 1.01. Now I will compare this average to its values. It is calculated from these 4 values, right? So the difference between the average and the value should be how much? 0.1 or less. 0.1 or less. Okay. 1.01, 1.05. The difference is 0.0 something, right? Okay. It's allowed. 1.01, 1. Difference is 0.01. 1.01, 1.06. Again the difference is 0.0 something. 0.92, 1.01. The difference is 0.0 something. All okay, right? Next one, 1.02. 02 and 10. No problem. 02 and 02, obviously no problem. 02 and 06, no problem. 02 and 0.89. Is it more than 0.1 or not? Yes. It is, right? Okay, so at this point we have proved that grouping is not possible. You must satisfy the rule on all values on all days. The rule must be satisfied on all values on all days. So you cannot say, okay, we satisfied it on Monday, so let us do it only for Monday. So you cannot say, okay, we did not satisfy it for location 4 on Tuesday, so we will only take out this value. No, you cannot take out one value. You cannot ignore one value. Okay, so the rule must be satisfied for all values, all days. Clear? So whenever the first value is out of the rule, is not satisfying the rule, we will say grouping not possible. Clear? Okay, so grouping of these 4 is not possible. Okay. Now we will still continue checking to see which station has more violation of the rule, more violations of the rule. Okay, so that we can see if we can combine the other locations or not. Okay, we will still continue checking to see if there is a possibility of combining other locations. Okay, we will start. Okay, we will continue. So Wednesday 1.06, 06, 10, no problem. 06, 05, no problem. 1106, no problem. 0.9706, no problem. 06 and 04, 06, 04, everything is alright. Any problem here? No. Any problem here? Yes. 0.98 and 0.85. This one, no. This one, no. And this one, there's a problem. Okay. Then you go to the next one, Sunday. Any problem here? You are looking at the color, right? No. Use your brain. Yeah, tell me. No. Your brain is following the color. That's it. This one, this one? No. This one? No. This one? No. This one? Maybe. Very good. Huh? He is saying maybe. And you are saying the guy from the airport. There is a variation, right?
0.8.
Yes. It shows the same thing? Very good. Okay, so there is a problem here, okay? There is a problem, okay? The book is written by a traffic engineer. He was someone like me. Okay, he pranked you. So he did not make it bold. Okay, but there is a problem. Okay? So, we had a problem here, here, and here, and here. Okay? 4 values. 4 values violated the rule. They belong to which stations? Station 4 and station 1. Okay? Which station has more violations? 4. Okay? So now, the next step would be, okay, leave 4 out and see if you can combine 3. Okay? So when you will try to combine 3, what is the next step you should do? You should calculate what? Average. Now you will calculate the average with 3 values. Every day 3 values. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Okay? Clear? So the average will change and you will do the check again. Now station 4 is not there. Only 3 stations. Okay? So average is of 3 values and you will check the average against 3 values. Clear? Okay? Yes.
There is no problem that they can combine.
Yeah, you will combine.
So you have two stations. Combine them 4. You have the 4.
Yes.
Combine them.
Yes. Okay. Someone may say that we already had a problem with section 1 and we did not take it out. So the problem will remain. No, it will not remain. Because the average will change. Okay. The average was with station 4, right? So once you take station 4 out, the average will become smaller. Okay. So there is a possibility that the one will also satisfy. This one will also satisfy. There is a possibility. Yes, it will be closer, right? Because you are taking the value which had a problem out. Okay. One of the values. Clear? Okay. So whatever number of stations are given, you will combine them, all of them, calculate the average for all of them, then you will perform the check for each average. Okay. And the average can be for each day of the week or each month of the year. It cannot be overall average. If the check is not satisfied, continue till you reach the end and then see which station has more violations of the rule. You take that station out, recalculate the average with the new or with the remaining stations and do the check again. Clear? Okay. So you complete this. Okay. Do it with 3 stations and recheck if you can combine them or not. Okay, clear? Any questions?